Hi, everybody. It's Nancy Kelly, and I'm here with another one of my wonderful students, Miss Donna Pacini. Hi, Donna. How are
Hi.
you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Great. Glad to be here.
We're gonna do scales like we do at our lessons. I'm just gonna give you the note. Go for it, okay?
Mama, 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 mama. Mama, 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 mama.
Beautiful.
Mama, 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 mama.
Okay, here's what I hear. That top note, I hear that top note that you're singing sounds a little too far back in the instrument. But one of the beauties of this mum thing, which I use all the time, one of the beauties of it is the hum that happens because of the M. We love M's, we love N's, because hums keep the sound where it should be placed, forward, in what they call the mask. Anyway, mum. So continue the hum on the other side of that. Mum, 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 mum. Do you hear how that's forward? Will you do one for me?
Mama, 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 mama.
Let's take this top note.
Mom.
Ah.
Mom.
You hear how clear that is?
Mm.
You hear how different that is? You and I have been wanting to work a little more on some of these,
Yes.
so this is what this is all about. Ma 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 ma.
Mama, 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 mama.
A little better. It still wants to go back. I always tell my students, you don't want to try and produce sound back there because there's nothing back there. It's not much different than singing inside a watermelon. There's no bones or anything. So how, Donna, does the sound get forward? How do we make it get to the front of our face? The sound rides on the air. So how do we get the sound forward? We blow it there. It's the funniest and oddest thing about teaching voice, because I mean, it's an internal instrument. You know, how I can't like point and say, do that, do that, do that. You have to do visuals. So when you're doing this, you visualize that you're actually blowing and following it through to the front of your instrument. But the hum really helps you. Do that for me. Okay, that's a perfectly placed note. Beautifully placed. Yep, that's where, but it needs to stay there when you turn it into an ah. Ma. Does everyone hear that? How clear that is? That is absolutely beautiful. Ma 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 ma.
Ma 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 ma.
Yeah, a little belty, not forward enough. We're going to work on this. Let's switch it over to a nay-nay. These nay-nays, I said before, I stole these from a wonderful teacher out in L.A., Seth Riggs. I didn't steal them. I borrowed them. I think I said that the last time. Anyway, let's do, if the nay-nay, if you do this nasally sound, it's gonna force the sound forward. Nay. Nay, 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 nay.
Nay, 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 nay.
Yes, so you came down the way I wanted you to go up. In other words, you came down back into a chest tone, into a chest voice. And that's it. The first one you kept it nay, nay, nay. Nay, 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 nay. So I want you to come back to where that warmth is. Okay, but on the top one, you gotta get that nay, nay, and you can make a little smiley face. I used to call it kitty face. Nay, nay, nay. But it puts the sound right where you want it. Let's do one again and notice where that sound is, Donna.
Nay, 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 nay.
You're still, I don't know how you figured that out. You got it to go in the back of your throat. I don't know how you did that. Nay.
Nay.
Nay. Just a natural, just spoken.
Nay.
No. Don't make that one nasal. Nay.
Nay.
Nay, nay, nay.
Nay, nay, nay.
Nay, nay, nay.
Nay, 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 nay.
There we go.
I heard it.
Did you heard it? And you felt it. Now, that's the thing you gotta keep trying to do. The scales are for several things. They're for instilling the good habits, the technique, and then they're also like when we go to do an engagement, they're to warm up the voice. Let's keep trying some of these. I think what we're going to switch over to is some ha-has, and we're going to do nya nya, which is, if you're old like me, you remember the Three Stooges, and the one guy, what was his name? Mo? Yeah, 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 yeah. He used to make this weird sound. Anyways, these are very effective. I got these from a guy who runs the Open Jar Broadway vocal studio in New York City. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're goofy sounding, but they really work. This is going to be the 1-3-5-1. Nya, 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 nya.
Nyap, 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 nyap.
Yeah, yeah. Real annoying. I want it very annoying on purpose. Don't be fooled into thinking this is the outcome sound. It's not the outcome sound. It's a trick to get you where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tricking you, hopefully, because we want the sound forward. Eventually what we will do, the sound will not only be forward, but eventually what we will do is keep it full in the back and open, so that you've got this beautiful, bright, round sound. When are we, what are we working on as far as the song, Donna?
Speak low.
We're going to do a little bossa. So why don't we just get into it and tear it apart and see what we can do to make it better. This is what we do in our lessons. This is not Donna performing. You know, this is how we fix things and make them better. Can you hear it, Donna? You good?
Yes. Speak low when you speak love. Our summer day withers away too soon, too soon. Speak low when you speak loud. Our moment is swift, like ships adrift. We're swept apart too soon.
I just want to point out the section where we had a little bit of a problem there regarding the melody. All right? So, here's what's written there. What's written there? Do we see this? You could see my You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to the top of this tune and see what happens when we get to that spot and see if you can nail that. Sometimes I point out to people, let me go back and show this. This is kind of cool. If you notice here, sometimes having a note to relate to can really help you. You could see the note that you end up on here is an F. The note you're going to start your little section where you got a little off is the same note. Love.
You're right, F.
Our moment. See, the ba 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 ba. All right, let's try it. So we had a little. We got a lot of it, but we didn't get all of it. Same note. Sing it on your own.
Okay. We're swept apart.
Right. So here's the whole thing, Donna. Here's the whole thing. We have this conversation quite a bit in our studio about riffing and when we riff and how we riff. But the rule of thumb is, in this business, is learn the rules before you break the rules. And that's all there is to it. Learn the melody before you decide to change the melody. Now, there's a couple things in here that I'd like to address. First of all, I feel like perhaps you're not breathing where you should be, because I think that there were times when we didn't hear a consistency in the tonal quality there. We kind of lost it a little bit. So my answer to all that is to mark off your lyrics, where you're gonna do that. Let's take, since we're doing a bossa, let's take a minute and talk about the difference between the approach to singing a Latin piece as opposed to the approach to singing a blues-based piece, which would be swing or a ballad or R&B tune or anything like that, blues-based music. What's the difference in the way that you approach it? Can you shed some light on that?
I believe we had to start with a bossa, or with you're starting out on the top of the note.
Yeah, you sing a little in front of the time. Of course, this doesn't mean every single note you sing in front of the time, but in general, we're pushing the time just a little bit. Just a little. Mm-hmm. And then there's this balance between pushing and pulling that no one can teach anybody. It is just a thing you learn by listening to people do the music. And that's all there is to it. Speak low when you speak low. Our moment is swift, like ships adrift. We're swept apart too soon. What's different there?
Just that feel of that getting in front of that.
Yeah, and very light. Let's try that just one more time. And you are going to dance. Very gently let your body dance. Let your voice dance with your body. All right, and see where that brings you. Focus on the rhythm. Let your body dance a little.
Speak low when you speak loud. Our summer day withers away too soon, too soon. Speak low when you speak loud. Our moment is swift, like ships adrift. We're swept apart too soon.
What I'd like you to do, what I extracted from that track was just the drum track. I find that when students sing to just the rhythm, they lock in to the whole heart of the matter, so to speak. When it comes to, it doesn't even matter if it's swing, but especially with Latin music, you understand that the singing in Latin music is a blend with all the rest of the instruments. You're equally blended. It's not like a cabaret and blues-based music where the vocal is way out in front. You're blended, and you're blended with the rhythm of it. So to think of yourself like you're another part of the drum set, so to speak. You know, you're another little thing that he's banging on. Well, if he's a drummer that bangs on them. I personally don't like those guys. Don't confuse singing quiet with singing airy. You can sing quiet with good diction and good phonation, and you just don't have to blow as hard. Speak low when you speak low. Let it be your voice. Try just without that.
Speak low when you speak loud.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Can we try that?
Speak low when you speak loud. Our summer day withers away too soon, too soon.
That was great.
Speak low.
That's great. That's great. That was much better.
That was better.
That was way better. Way better. Now do this. Don't lose that track. decidedly a different approach and a much better approach. And you sold me personally on that tune. There's no
Yeah.
question. You
Yeah,
just sold
you
me on
actually-
that. So, and I think you learned a lot by going of us going through this process the way we just did.
Yeah. That's
So, all right. Thanks
It's
a
a good
lot. It's good.